So Miss Henry decides that she would like make a circular area in her backyard for seating and a fire pit. She's going to have a concrete pad made as pictured. She would like to use a maximum of 3 square meters of cubic meters, sorry, of concrete. Determine the maximum depth of the concrete that is to be used to the nearest millimeter. This is something that I would say don't worry about rounding to the nearest millimeter. We're going to round to the nearest hundredths, 2 decimals. Okay. So this is what? A cylinder, right? And that is what? What is that? Volume or surface area? Volume. And so they're asking us, the depth is right here. This is the depth. And what shape are we looking at here? Cylinder, correct? So in this case, what they would ask for is that the volume of this shape would be what? Pi r squared times height, which we call depth in this scenario, right? You've got some depth to it. So we know that the volume is 3 pi. Do we know radius? From this, we know that radius is 5 divided by 2, which is 2.5 meters. They want it in millimeters. That's weird. I bet you that's a typo. But let's pretend like they want millimeters. Let's try to do that. How do we convert meters to millimeters? Give me some conversion rates that could help us here. Yeah. Yes. So 1 meter has 100 centimeters. Cancel the meters. And what is another conversion rate? Do we know how many millimeters in a centimeter? 1 centimeter has 10 millimeters, correct? So cancel, cancel. So you're left with millimeters there. So what do you need to do in this case? 2.5 times 100 times 10. So it's basically times 1,000, right? So that's how many millimeters there are in this case. Is that helpful to us? Should I be using this in here? To be honest, I didn't think this one through. I just thought I'd do this to teach you conversions. But what is this in? This is in meters cubed, right? So it's in this case, you would want to keep your radius in meters. Okay, so I'm going to do this one more time. The radius is 2.5 meters. You don't want to mix up. I'll actually erase this and make sure everybody understands that this is cubic meters. So this is pi r squared, that's in meters, times the height. I'll drop the units right now. 3 meters, 3 is equal to, let's figure out what that is. Pi, that's 6.25, right? Pi times 2.5 squared. That's 19.634 something times height. And then we just divide both by 19.634. Cancel that out. So we go 3 divided by that. You get 0.1527 something meters. Okay, so that would be your answer in meters for the height, the depth. Okay, so we just convert that. 0.1527. Don't be scared to use all decimals. That's something that students sometimes are scared of. We know that 1 meter has 1,000 millimeters. Okay, so we can cancel the, if you want to add this to your study sheet right now, you just go 1 meter has 1,000 millimeters. Bless you. If you want to add that to your pink sheet right now, you go ahead and do that. So I'll just multiply my answer by 1,000 basically. So it's 152.79 millimeters is the depth. Okay. You make sure you label that. And so this one was a backwards scenario. Does that make sense, Filbert?
Oh yeah. So when you start, like, in certain questions, when you start with the volume, you don't like do the volume.
Right. You don't, because when you have a number next to a cubed unit, it's implying that this has already been cubed. Right? It's just that we also say that like the unit that is attached to that number tells you that this has been cubed. Right? 3 meters cubed. Yeah. So don't cube anything or don't square anything just because it has centimeters squared next to it. We're assuming that it has already been squared. I think the only time you would do that, guys, cubing, is when I tell you that 1 foot has 12 inches. Is anything in there cubed or squared right now? No, right? It's just it. If you want to know what these units are in squared, if you go square feet or cubic feet, what I do is I literally square the whole thing. So 1 squared is 1, feet squared is feet squared, 12 squared is 144, inches squared is squared inches. Okay, so that's how you derive your conversion rates. You go from the original, you square or cube accordingly. Okay. All right.